Okay. All right. Good evening, everybody. This is Andrew with the National Heavy Equipment Operator School. I want to welcome everybody tonight to our live orientation webinar about the Heavy Equipment Operator School program. I want to introduce our host for this evening. It's Mr. Rob Nelson. And Rob has been helping men and women get into the heavy equipment industry for many, many years. How you doing tonight, Rob?
Doing great, Andrew, and thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it.
Rob, I'm real excited. Normally, these Tuesday nights, we usually have our truck webinar. Tonight,
Right.
we're doing our heavy equipment webinar, and very excited about the new program. It's NCCER credentialed.
Yes.
So something that we're very, very proud of, and um, it's going to be great for the students and
Certainly will.
great for the industry. Well, people are still signing in. We have some housekeeping notes here. And number 2 is the little grab tab. I want everybody to kind of see number 2. You can kind of click on the double arrows. It goes in. You click them on again, and they come out. Number 3 is the square toggle viewer, kind of a picture in a picture. We can kind of look up different things. We have the hand icon. I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and click on their hand. This lets Rob and I know that you can hear us okay. And then I'm able to put all those hands down in one quick sweep. Number 5 is the microphone icon. And tonight, we are in the listen-only mode for the first part of the webinar tonight. We're going to open up the microphone so that you have a chance to ask questions live during the question and answer period. Number 6 is the audio pane. If you're calling in on a telephone, I think, Rob, you're in on the telephone. You have a red line through it.
Yeah.
You can go, if you're calling, you can use the telephone as a microphone, which is kind of neat. If you're feeling a little shy, you can use the questions panel tonight and type in your question, and we can answer any questions that you might have. So type your questions in, hit the submit button, and then it comes to us, and we will be able to answer those questions for you. If you have friends and family that want to know about the heavy equipment industry, you can have them join GoToMeeting.com, www.joingotomeeting.com. And then there's a web ID number on the bottom of your screen. That's the 9 digits you would want to give those people. You want to have a pen and paper handy to write down any questions or to take some notes about what we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to, this is a live presentation. We encourage you to participate as much using the questions or the chat feature, or raise your hand if you have a question. Quick overview of what we're going to talk about tonight. We'll talk a little bit about who we are as a company. We're going to talk quite a bit about the construction industry and the need for heavy equipment operators and infrastructure, and the new administration in Washington. Our heavy equipment school, what we offer here from the program, and of course the costs, the fees, and any type of financing that might be necessary. So Rob, let's go ahead and start with you a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about who we are.
I'd love to, Andrew. This is something that's very important to me and near to me because we started back in '78. I started a couple of years later. But, we've just grown so much by leaps and bounds and provide so much more than we had even then. And we were top banana then. So I'm real proud to be here after all these years. Committed to providing strong curricula? Yes, no doubt about that. Programs here are always to emphasize that practical, usable skill. And this is blended with a relevant general education foundation, of course. The caring environment, Andrew, this was always something that was very personal to us because we work with our students right on from the time that even before they start to get to know them, to make sure that this is what they want to do for their life, as far as setting up their whole curricular in life is getting into the heavy equipment industry. And we'll follow them through right up to when the instructors take care of them when they get up to school. And we run a nice class, Andrew, and as you know, and we're going to talk about that. It's not super large, it's small. The students are on the equipment constantly. They're not standing around, waiting to get on a piece of equipment like a lot of these
You know,
schools
Robert,
are.
that's one of the things, since we brought this course back and made it bigger and better, the student to teacher ratio on the pieces of equipment, it used to be 4-to-1. Now it's 2-to-1.
2-to-1, isn't that?
Well,
That's fantastic.
double
That's
the amount
almost
of time.
unheard of.
Yeah, it's double
That's
the amount
right.
of time.
Fantastic, really is.
In just 4 weeks. So that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
And
And
of
that
course,
close faculty, that interaction that we have, Andrew, like I said, is from the start of the guys like you and I out in the field to the administrative office up in Orange Park and to the instructors down here in Green Cove Springs. Everybody's involved and very close-knit on watching the students. They want to make sure that that student comes out fully trained, certified, and goes on to further his career in this industry. And I think it's a wonderful thing that we've always done. Very, very close faculty interaction.
You know, Rob, when you talk about the faculty, we have two terrific guys down there that are teaching this program. One is Mike Adams. He's our director of training, just an all-around great guy. But the lead heavy equipment instructor is a guy by the name of Edward Martinez, 22 years as a Navy CB.
Wow,
And
that's
just
fantastic.
a really great guy.
That certainly is. That is tremendous. You know, we have the state-of-the-art training facility, no doubt about that. 350 acres. Can you beat that? I mean, I've heard of schools that are just pushing dirt around. We do more than that, of course. We make sure that our students are doing something, creating something, whether they're putting in roads or highways. We even built a racetrack for motorcycles there a couple
classes ago,
a couple of classes ago. I mean, fantastic thing.
Yeah, motocross, yeah.
Yeah, motocross. I can never think what that word is. But, you know, the thing of it is, isn't it, they almost cried, I think, when they finished it up and pushed a pile of sand over in the corner. But this was a beautiful thing. Modern, up-to-date equipment, no doubt about that. Top of the line, all the top names. Thousands of students have been trained here over the years, and, of course, we're very proud of that and going on to career. And we're keeping in touch with them, too. Every once in a while we get calls just thanking us for, doing what we did for them, and that goes on.
You know, when we talk about the instructors, Rob, they're all fully trained instructors. They're preparing you to do the work in the industry. These are guys that have done it. I mean, Mike Adams, before coming to National, he worked in a pipe laying crew.
I never knew that, Andrew. No, I never knew that.
The other instructor is, again, Navy CB for 22 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. Imagine what he must have gone through, huh?
Oh, sure. I mean, just take a look at this 350 acres. They're working out back in this area right here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right now. And you can kind of see where they've leveled all the trees down. And, they started down in here. And a lot of those trees.
I don't know if we can see the little lake that they put in either. You can't see that.
That would be right
down a little further.
Down a little bit further, right over here.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Big old lake. And then, of course, we got our truck driving school here with the 1.25 mile highway. I love these aerial pictures.
Yes, they're great, aren't they? Really.
And very cool stuff. Just a nice place to go to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
We have some of the best training facilities that you'll ever see. You know what's unique about this too, Rob, is because we are such an established school, we got all of the permits to do this type of work back in the early 80s. I don't think another school today coming out could even get the permits that we have in order to do this type of training program.
I didn't realize. And the thing that is also, Andrew, on this training facility, when they finish with one section, I mean, we have 350 acres there. It's not just pushing that dirt around till it just collapses. We're moving into another area. You know what I mean?
Right.
Starting a brand new area. So it's
constantly, you're not abusing the soil.
Exactly. You're doing something with it. You're creating something, and that's the beauty of this thing.
Now, Rob, with this program here, we've limited it to 4 machines. Tractor loader backhoe, ticker later loader, large excavator, bulldozer, and then, of course, we're throwing in the laser grading and the laser survey technology. These are entry-level positions. A lot of the competitor schools, Rob, in order to get these main machines, you'd have to do 2 to 3 different levels of training. What we do is we do the 4 important machines, all entry-level, in 4 weeks' time.
Mm-hmm. That's
And,
fantastic.
and they're saying in the industry that, the more you know how to operate, the more employable you're going to stay.
Sure.
So that's
And
kind
Andrew,
of
it's not only that. You go right into the machines the very first day. You're not sitting in a classroom. Yeah, we have classroom studies, of course, but we're not fooling around. They want to get those instructors want to get you right out in that machine, get the feel of it, get the the full
right.
Just everything about that machine, knowing everything, and you're going to do a little work. There's homework at nighttime, of course. There should be,
Yep.
because this is it's a little bit different than a professional driver. What we have the CDL, we've got different types of machines, different types of controls. There's all different foot mode. You get, there's so many different things here.
Well,
And we want to make sure that when you get into one machine, you slide right out and get right into the other machine, and it's constant work on those machines, constantly doing things with that machine, constantly using that machine in all different types of situations. I think that's the great part of it,
Right. And of course, experience with a broad range of equipment improves the career opportunities. And
Andrew, I can't hear you.
That's who I would want to hire, somebody that I'm going to be able to. You're not hearing me, Rob? Rob, can you hear me? Okay. Rob, the next thing I want to talk about is the